my father was in the army. My grandfather was in the army. I haven't seen nothing but army in my whole life. So I don't feel like it's different, anything different than like the way I breathe or something. It comes very naturally to me.
Field Marshal Earl Wavell, the legendary British soldier, had once said, "All battles and all wars are won in the end by infantrymen." Infantrymen are the foot soldiers of an army. They engage with their adversary face to face. They capture and hold territory. The infantryman is at the forefront of all military operations. As a result, he always bears the brunt, and his casualties are heavy. The art of the infantryman is less stereotype and far harder to acquire in modern warfare than that of any other arm in the army. The infantry is the largest and the most potent arm of the Indian Army. An infantry unit is a fairly self-contained unit capable of launching operations and holding its ground in a battle zone with minimum external assistance.
There is no obstacle for the infantry. There is nothing known as a mountain. There is nothing known as a river. There is nothing that infantry cannot cross on its own.
Revolutionary advancements in military technology notwithstanding, no army can dispense with these gutsy men, armed with their weapons and their never-say-die spirit.
Infantry is called the queen of the battle.
Just like the versatile queen on a chessboard, the infantry is the most adaptable force on the battlefield.
Infantry is unique in the sense that it is capable of undertaking any task in any terrain. It achieves it irrespective of the difficulties involved.
As the leading unit or vanguard of all military operations, the infantry seeks out and closes with the enemy, kills or captures him, and fends off counterattacks. The infantryman is an all-rounder trained to invade enemy territory on foot and retain control over it. When an infantry unit comes in contact with the enemy, it normally starts firing at and moving towards the enemy positions. The unit groups itself into two halves. One becomes the firing element, and the other becomes the movement element. The firing element forces the enemy to keep their heads down and provides a cover to the movement element, making it easy for them to advance and draw close to the enemy. The firing and moving take place simultaneously. Depending on the distance to the enemy position and the available cover, the firing and moving elements constantly interchange roles before assaulting from close quarters. This is called the fire and move tactic. Simple, modest and unassuming from the outside, but tough and resilient from the inside. These battle-hardened bayonet men are prized assets of any army. The Indian infantry is a multitasking combat-rich force with a celebrated history. As frontline soldiers, infantrymen are supported by the other arms of the army to help them get closer to their objectives and conclude operations successfully.
Infantry is the only arm which can finally assault and hold the ground.
MMG post, 2 round fire, 4 Alpha forward.
It is deployed from the coast of Andaman Nicobar's deserts to plains of Punjab and here in the mountains. So we are everywhere.
The word Siachen in Balchi language means a land of wild roses. But life here at 20,700 feet from the sea level is anything but rosy. This picturesque place of beauty is the world's highest battlefield. The Siachen Glacier. It takes a lot more than just firearms to tame this unforgiving battleground. The Indian Army soldier here is alert round the clock, maintaining vigil as he would do in any other terrain across the country.
Every person in the army serving in Siachen is a dream.
The air here contains only a fraction of the oxygen that it does in the plains. Walking 25 kilometers here could take up to 6 or more days. One wrong step and one could simply fall into a crevice, keeping the enemy frozen in its tracks at minus 60 degrees Celsius and maintaining watch in the face of frequent blizzards, hitting at speeds of up to 300 kilometers per hour, is something unthinkable for most of the armies in the world.
This place itself has got motivation. This place is one of the pinnacles of Indian Army, and it's an honor to serve here.
For the last 27 years, infantry soldiers from most of the regiments have been doing a tenure of at least 3 months at Siachen. At altitudes where very few armies in the world operate, the sound of army choppers is music to their ears. The hectares mean more than just a mode of transport for these soldiers isolated from the rest of the world. They bring food, medicines, essential supplies, and above all, letters. A highly appreciated article in the soldiers' list, and their only connect with their loved ones. Bada Khana is a vital part of army traditions.
हमारा बटालियन सियाचिन का टेन्योर करके नीचे सही सलामत पहुंच गया है और इसी के उपलक्ष्य में ये बड़ा खाना किया जा रहा है। राम राम आप सबको।
It is a feast and social get-together where officers and their men meet to celebrate special occasions together. Having successfully completed a Siachen tenure surely calls for celebrations.
हाँ साहब, बहुत बढ़िया। हमें व्यक्तिगत तौर पर भी मान है कि हम सियाचिन जैसे इलाके में रहे, वहाँ पर हमने सेवा किया, सर्विस किया।
Attending the Siachen Battle School is a must for every soldier deployed at the glacier. Situated at freezing heights of 12,200 feet at the snout of the glacier, the school trains soldiers in snow and mountain craft. Its endurance capsule tunes up their mind and body to survive in this intimidating terrain. It also helps conquer their fear of the unknown. They learn to climb near vertical walls of ice and cross over natural barriers. Around 7,000 soldiers train here every year.
Being deployed in Siachen is a day-to-day battle. We face challenges every day here. There are people with varied standards of physical attributes. We have to get them all together to a particular standard to prepare them psychologically and physically for this particular place. The weather and the terrain is extremely dangerous and puts a challenge in front of the infantry which is operating in this area. The casualty management in this area is of particular importance and is a challenge, everyday challenge.
It is estimated that of all the casualties in Siachen, over 95% can be attributed to the extremely cold and unfriendly terrain. So what does it take to produce these warriors? Warriors who are the pride of India's 29 infantry regiments. Men who embody the essence of soldiering. Men who are forever willing to walk that extra mile. Men who refuse to wilt in the face of extreme adversity.